Welcome to our class today. We're talking today about customer management. We'll be touching on special orders, loyalty rewards, shrinkage, house accounts, and customer reports. So I know that you've had some experience with quick sale. The quick sale is very easy to use, and we're going to show you that customer sales are much more powerful. They're still quick and easy, very enhanced reporting with purchase history, house accounts, loyalty program, permanent discounts, and special orders with and without deposit tracking. And as Craig says, this is true marketing. So shrinkage reports is a customer report function, and I want to show that to you. If you don't do anything else, you should maybe consider doing shrinkage reports. The purpose of a shrinkage report is to keep track of items that you cannot sell. If you're selling food items and they have to be thrown out because they just don't last more than a day, you create a list of all the items that you're throwing out and sell it to a shrinkage customer, a customer by name. And this customer gets a discount of 100%, and that therefore means you don't have to put out any money to sell it. So you add the products, quantities, tender the invoice, and you're done. Now there is a report afterwards, and we're going to show that to you. So right now, let's just introduce you to customer sales. This is your normal touch screen. It's an enhanced one. One of the schools that sells a lot of food products needs this shrinkage report. To do the shrinkage report, I choose my customer list. And there are many things we can do with this alphabetized list. Put the hyphen up at the top to bring them to the top because I use it all the time. So I choose shrinkage end of day, but let me show you how it works in the background. I'm going to choose edit, and it's just a normal customer record. Down here on terms, it says 100% discount, and this shows every category in the store has that $100 or that 100% discount. So I'm going to choose cancel here. I'm going to choose select, and notice that the customer name will always be appearing down here in the bottom left. So we are getting ready to do our shrinkage. I've got some pizzas. We made too many Supreme pizzas. Here's our 100% discount, therefore there's no charge. And we had 8 pizzas that we had to throw away. We had some calzones, and we made way too many of those. We've got 15 that were bad. So you get the idea. You can take cookies, you can take anything else that is not resellable, and then tender it out. I'm going to choose the tender button. No charges whatsoever, and it's now an invoice. So the report for this is done here. I'm coming into manager mode, report center, a sales report by customer. I choose to run the report. Today's date is filled in. Some stores do this on a month basis. They just run the whole month to see what's been sold. Print detail is important. Number of transactions is important. And choose print. And I'll preview it. And here is the report of how much was lost because it was had to be thrown out. $63, $65 worth of stuff. But it's the way it is. It's a great report to help you take care of shrinkage.
And Mike, let me just stop you there. So you could even do it for charity. If you were giving away product out of the store and you wanted to sell it to the charity customer, you could also discount it 100%, and it would do the same thing. And that could be apparel or whatever if you're not doing food products. Now keep in mind, if you are on PRM 5, and I think Lisa, you might be, I'm not sure, you might only be able to do 99.9%, but that's pretty darn close. So it would be maybe if you're selling it to charity or shrinkage, you might have a penny or two left over, but that's not a big deal. So this is a great way of telling everyone, you know, who's auditing you, and there are some states where school stores get audited, that, hey, here are all my sales, but here are some of the shrinkage, the problems we've had, with damaged goods or goods that have just gone bad. Or here are some goods that I just gave away to charity. And you're going to keep a report for the whole school year. Okay, that's great.
All right. Well, I mentioned that customer sales are quick and easy, and they truly are. Quick sales you're already familiar with. You just tag the items and sell them out the door. But a student walks up and they hand me their badge and I scan it. And immediately it recognizes her name and I select. And then I choose some sandwiches, and she would like this baked Cuban sandwich. And it's on wheat bread, and select. And that's all she wants today, so we tender it out. She pays with it, cash, and it's a done deal. So it's fast. How did I do it? I simply scanned it. Now, another way to do it is I can come here, and I can scan the student ID, and that was hers. And I just choose go, and it's going to do it. Let me do a different customer here. If you don't have a scanner, I can choose a customer by typing in their code, choosing the go button. This Susan Smith, that's correct. And always notice that the name is down here. With customer sales, you want to get the customer first before you start adding anything to it. And so she wants to get a dessert. Must be lunchtime. In fact, she wants 2 of them. And maybe she's going with a friend or something. So we choose tender, and we cash sale, and it's done. Here's another customer that is coming up, and her number, I'm just scanning the card. Oh, I scanned it wrong. I can choose a look up customer button right here, and I can look through this list. Now, maybe a little bit of background. This school took their entire student body and imported the student body into the system. These are their student numbers, and it's a real simple setup. They didn't have to have a whole lot of information, but we are capturing things like their grade level, their name, and they are assigned to the student customer category. We're going to get into customer categories more in a minute. So the customer I really wanted was, how could I have gotten that one wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, she has been here many times, and another feature of selling by customer allows you to come to manager and look at her invoices, all of her invoices that she's ever purchased. Now, that could be a great thing for marketing, but in this case, she just says, that sandwich was really, those chicken strips were so good, I want them, and here's a clone button, so you can take an old invoice and create a new one from it. And you're done. And you just come here to your tender, and it's out the door. Okay, one more that we've got. Aaron wants to come in. He's going to buy some things, and he wants this little simple breakfast, and choose tender, and here's something different. He has made a purchase on the loyalty program. He's spent $50 or more, and because he spent $50 or more, the loyalty program is automatically giving him a $5 store credit. And he's making a $250 purchase. He's going to walk away, said, wow, that's cool. I don't have to pay a thing. I got this for free. He still has another $250 that he can use next time. So there's some real power in here, and we're going here to show you the loyalty program and a few other things in a minute. But I want to let you know that it's very easy to add a new customer, a new student. If I come here to the customer list, I choose the Add button, and I'm prompted with customer categories. This is a student, and I choose Select. Now, one thing I want to tell you about is that this customer category is designed to automatically assign them up to the loyalty program. So on day one, their very first sale, they're starting to build credits towards getting something for free later on. So we're going to select this student, and we need to know his name, new student, and his grade level. He's in the 10th grade. And there are some other things that we could track.
Student ID.
What's that? Oh, student ID. That's right.
Yeah.
He does have a card, and I forgot about that one. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yep. All right. So I choose Save, and I select him, and now he can come in and he can buy a pizza or whatever else he wants, his beverages, some cherry Coke, and he's tendering it out, and he's on his way to his $50 ceiling to get a reward. All right. So one more thing we want to do is add a new teacher. Now the teacher is pretty much the same steps. You come here to the customer list, you choose Add, but this time we're going to choose staff, your faculty and your administrators. And they have some special bonuses. When I choose Edit, they're going to be able to buy things on house account. They get 30 days terms. In addition, they're going to start out with a $100 credit limit, so they can be charging things through the month and then pay for it. And they're going to get discounts. Now, not discounts on just regular foodstuffs, but we're going to give them a super discount on apparel. 35% off on apparel, and that is important. They want school spirit. They want to share with people. So I'm going to choose clothes here, and we're saying okay. And so we're selecting for the new teacher, we're going to select staff. And I'm quite creative today, new teacher. And room number is a good thing. You're going to be printing AR statements, and you need to know where he lives, so you can just drop that into his mailbox in the office, and he'll pay it. One other thing we want to do, we want to honor our teachers, and he has a birthday in the month of December, so I put in a 12 here. So once again, these settings are automatically set because you chose the customer category, and you don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to choose Save. He's here. We're going to select him. And he is new to the school. He wants to show school spirit, so he's going to buy some shirts. We've got, he wants an extra large for himself. And he's got family, and he wants 3 of those, the medium size. And I choose OK. And here he goes. Notice, normally $25 each. He's getting 35% discount on all of that. His grand total comes to $65. So if he chooses to buy, let's sell him a cookie, right? Notice that the cookies aren't discounted. It was just that apparel that was discounted. So we're ready to tender. Because he is a teacher with a credit limit or house account, I'd say put it on account. And it prints out. Now it'll print out 2 copies. You do want to get signatures on house accounts so that you have some paper trail if there's a question about whether they purchased it or whatever they did. So that's a good thing. Anything, Craig, that you wanted to add about these house accounts?
No, I think that's good. What happens if this teacher, Mike, comes back right now and wants to buy a cookie?
Oh, that is a good idea.
One cookie wasn't enough.
One cookie wasn't enough. So we come back and we find him. Yep. So one way to find him is with his, maybe he has a badge. But I want you to understand this screen. Now, this is an alphabetical list, and this button right here, find anywhere in the name field, I'm going to simply type teacher because that's what he is, new teacher. and choose go. And there he is. I select, and it has his name down here in the bottom. So what he wanted, he really did like those cookies, and he wants a couple of them. He's going to get, no, we'll get 25. That's a lot. Sorry. He wants 5 cookies. All right. So what is he going to do? We're going to tender it out. And because he just seconds ago bought these shirts, he earned a $5 store credit. Yes, I'm going to use it. Again, he is going to be happy because he gets to walk out for free. He gets some cookies. All right. So I think we probably should talk about the loyalty program. We've shown that working, and let's go back and show you how that actually comes into play. I'm coming here to the manager mode, and manager mode again, and management at the top. And under management, I have loyalty program.
Mike, let me just stop you right here and let all the teachers know that loyalty program is only available if you have the PRM 6 version. If you have the PRM 5, you would have to upgrade.
Good point. So the loyalty program can be anything you want it to be. I've created one, and we'll show you the mechanics of it. When you create a loyalty program, you give it a name that makes sense. In this case, if you buy $50 of any product in the store, then we're going to give you a $5 store credit. So $50 here for every $50 I've chosen of any item in the store. I can be selective, but that's up to you, and award $5 of store credit. And it's that simple. There's another possibility here, Craig. What can we do with this third party?
Well, if you decide that you don't want to give the $5 back to the students, you can choose charity. The school store or the DECA club to choose a charity, and a certain percentage given the threshold. It doesn't have to be $50. It could be $100 or it could be $10. And you could award a charity, which would be a customer on your list. You would just select the customer. Maybe it's even a club. Maybe it's the prep club or music club or whatever. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be a dollar amount threshold. It could be a quantity. You know, buy 10 things from this particular department, like buy 10 spirit items, and you'll get an award. So it's either dollar generated or quantity generated. And we find that the credit awards work better than points. Okay,
thanks. So I'm going to cancel this, and we're going to change gears a little bit because we've been talking about house account. I'm coming back here to touchscreen. And now we have one of the teachers who would like to make a payment. That's simple. I choose the manager button. I choose make AR payment. And I'm going to choose, his name is Peterson, Mr. Peterson. And there he is, Sam. And I'm going to choose select. Now, this is really controlled with security settings, so not everybody would be able to handle this. But he wants to make his payment. So I tag all. He has 2 invoices here, and I'm going to choose auto pay tagged. Yes. And he says, well, $72, I only have 70, and I already wrote my check. So that's okay. We can handle it. What it's going to do is it's going to take this $70, apply it to the oldest down to the newest, and whatever's left over, we'll get that. So I say, okay. He's paying $70. He owes $72. He still owes $2. Hope that was good, understandable. So what we're doing now is we're going to take the tender. This is a confirmation screen. You're paying off these invoices. It comes to total $70. That's correct. I say, okay. And he'd already written his check, so we choose check. We put in his check number and okay. Print a receipt, yes. And you may want to give this to him because what it does is it itemizes his charges and how much he's paid on each charge and how much he still has left over that he wants to pay. This could be a good feature to help encourage your teachers to become more involved in the school and help support the school store. So with that said, we want to also talk about orders. Now you can do special orders for people, one without a deposit and one with a deposit. And without a deposit would be, for example, clubs. I'm going to choose a customer here. One of my clubs is having a little activity today. I choose Find Anywhere, and I'm looking for the word club. And the music club is having an activity today, and they want some pizza afterwards. So I'm going to choose Select. So I have the name of the group down here in the bottom left. They want pizza, they want the Supreme Pizza, and they need 12. $59.40.
And they're getting a 10% discount, it looks like, too.
Oh, and that's right. That's right. The club, I'd forgotten about that. They get a 10% discount. Now, they don't want it right now. They're in the middle of class. They needed to pick it up at about 3 o'clock. So pick up 3 p.m. today. So we've got a note on it, and I'm going to suspend this. It'll be in the wings when they come back. And when they come back at 3 o'clock, I choose Retrieve Orders. Now, you may want to print this so that they can take it with them. Or pay. What did you say, Craig? They send it to the kitchen, right?
You can give it to the kitchen. Or we can program a button that'll suspend and print at the same time. If you like this, just come see me.
Okay, good. So it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We choose Retrieve, and here it is. And we're going to tender it out. It'll go to Store Account because the club has a running balance here, and I choose On Account. Oops, they ran out of credits. This is $59. They only had a credit limit of $50, so I'm going to choose Adjust Credit Limit. The Adjust Credit Limit is security controlled, and we're going to leave it right at $59.40, or if you want to bump it up a little bit, you can, and we'll just say okay.
And this time, students from the auditorium.
Okay, we had a question there.
I think that was an announcement.
Greg is on the line with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got an okay, and we're ready to do an order with a deposit. Now, you would want to do an order with a deposit if you're selling things or planning to sell something that is not in stock. And we're going to leave this screen and go back to manager mode and show you another sales screen. Here on the manager mode, we're here at special orders. And I'm prompted to find a person who wants to buy it. Let's, I don't even know, we'll choose this one, that's good. And they want to get some shirts.
So for everyone who's not seen, I'm sorry, Michael,
yep.
Is a new screen. It's for some of you who are using the keyboard screen. That's what we call it. Looks a little different than the touch screen, but it works really well for special orders with a deposit. If you want to stay on your touch screen and do special orders with a deposit, we'd have to manufacture buttons for you, which can be done. Okay, sorry about that, Mike.
And that's fine. Now this screen is telling me how many I have in stock, not what they want to order. But so I've only got 2 of this one, so I'm going to select it. But in reality, they want 5 of those. So I can give them 2 now, but I've got to back order some others and get them in from the vendor. So this is going to come to $125. I choose save. I choose a date. They really would like to have it by the 12th. And I say, okay. And it is a good idea to take money up front as much as you can. Apply payment, yes, it'd be nice if they could pay you the whole 125, but you can adjust it. Maybe they're only going to be able to pay you today. And this $80 is a deposit towards the final invoice, and they will pay the balance due. So they're giving me $80 today with cash or check, and it's now a done deal, and we'll show you how you can access those again. So special orders is for those things that you need to plan ahead for, because you have to order in product. So here's my pending order list, and here's the one we just did. Notice that there's 3 back ordered. I'll go through my purchase order system to get the products in, and then I can deliver it. The little white page means there's something wrong with this. I can't deliver things. The green pages, the green check marks indicate it's in stock, and I can convert this now to an invoice because everything's in stock. And they have a $50 deposit already. They still owe me the rest of it, $50, and we'll tender it out. And in this case, this is a different kind of a screen also. They're going to pay cash, and that's good. So we've gone through creating a special order and converting it, and that is a finalized invoice. Nothing to tender. Let me void this invoice. Okay.
Oh, by the way, one more thing, everyone. With the orders with the deposit, you can edit their order if they decide to change quantity or whatever. You can do whatever, or add new things.
Yep, that's true. So all I have to do is just choose the edit button, and we can add more products. And so that's an excellent idea.
So if you're taking orders for letter jackets or things in the beginning of the school year, and then you want to just get an idea of how much to order from the vendor, this is a perfect tool for that. Okay. I think we got reports.
Okay, so let's talk about reports. There are here in the manager mode. We're going to come here to the report center. Oh, no, let me do this report first. Well, yeah, we're coming here to the reports. AR reports. Store credits. How many people have money due to them? They've earned credits, and I'm going to run this report. And these are the people to whom I owe money or product.
Through the loyalty program.
Through that loyalty program, right? And another report while we're here in accounts receivable is an AR aging. Who owes me money? And I'm going to leave these blank so I'll get everybody. And I'm not going to apply a query. And here are all the teachers who owe me. I have some total of $179 they owe me. Now, how do they get notified? We can print AR statements for these. Notice that people who are current, it's in this first column. If they haven't paid in 30 days, then it's going to fall into the next category, or 90 days, and those are some that you need to worry about and go talk to them. But this is a great tool for helping teachers purchase items and be supportive of the school store. So we need to run AR statements. You choose AR statements at the top. It'll list everybody. If they don't owe you anything, it won't print a statement for those with zero balance, and that's okay. You tag all, you choose print statement. I'm not going to do it because it's all invisible behind the scenes, and once they come out of the printer, you just take them to their mailboxes in the faculty room and stuff them into the mailbox, and let the teachers then respond to it. But I do want to show you an actual statement, and I'm going to do that by coming here to the Customer Center. I need to know who is it that owes me money. This binocular icon is a quick, easy way. Show only customers with AR balances. I choose OK. And these people with the flags are the ones that owe me money. Alex Jones owes me money. I'm going to choose AR detail button here because it shows me a history of everything they put on, the charges, the credits that they had, the payments that they've made, and so forth. All of this adds up to their current statement. So I choose print statement, and we'll preview it to show you what detail is available. So, Craig, did you want to talk about anything here?
Well, the statement really just gives you their whole history, and there is a process of closing some of that history if it gets too big, because you don't want more than a page to put in their mailbox. But we're seeing a lot of good detail here of not only what they've bought, but what they've got as a credit for the loyalty, as well as what they've paid us so far at the bottom. And if you go way at the bottom, Mike, you can see, are they current? Or,
Sorry.
you know, are they 30 days current or not? Because if we didn't run that statement, this will tell us that, yeah, they owe us $72.50 and they are current. So that's a wonderful statement. We're at about the 30-minute mark here, Mike.
Okay.
And there's a couple more reports, and then if anybody has any questions, you can chat that in, and I will ask a question to you. And if you answer it correctly, you would win a $25 Amazon gift card. So
let me show you
reports. Yep.
Yeah, let me show you a birthday report. We're tracking birthdays for our teachers. I'm going to choose print. I'm at the customer list from manager mode, and I choose print and report and OK and select. And in this case, I want a query which says, give me everybody whose birthday in December. And I choose select. And it's a simple, plain report, but at least you can do some planning ahead. These are the teachers that have a birthday in December and what rooms they're in, and maybe you can plan some kind of an activity here.
Maybe they get a $5 gift card or whatever. And if you need help making this report, please send me an email and I can show you how to do it. It's not in your program currently. Mike, there was a couple more reports.
Yep.
One, loyalty.
Yep.
And I think a purchase report.
Yep. I'm going to go grab that right here. So right here is the loyalty program report. It's a PDF that I'm just showing you at this point. It's the frequent buyer loyalty program, and we can see these people. And another report is customer sales history report. And so you can run a report on how they're doing.
How many times they've purchased, total of dollars, when's the last time they came in. I mean, that's all cool. Essentially, this is really taking your marketing students to a higher level. Customer-specific marketing. It works well for Google, Facebook, and everybody else on the internet, and I think it would be nice to be able to introduce this at your school store. Now, if there's any questions, you could chat that if you'd like, and if not, you can send me an email later. Okay, so I don't have any questions, so we must have been really good here, Mike. I'm going to ask a digital question. We learned today that we can do specific customer discounts by category. You saw that the teachers got 35% on apparel. The clubs got 10% off on food. You also see that a lot of people got $5 off when they exceeded the $50 threshold in our loyalty program. But there are two other ways that you can digitally, that means not in the brick and mortar sense, they're not in the store, but you would be sending your customers in a digital way. I guess I put in parentheses internet. There's two ways that you can discount using digital tools with your POS. And I'd like you to think about that. If you have an answer, you can chat it in. If you don't, you can email me. And Mike, let's just leave it at this. Can you go to the manager mode and maybe someone will get a clue of one way you can do it? If you look at your manager mode screen, there might be a clue here. Okay, I did get a reply. Someone said make a barcode and email it to the customer. All right, so we have email marketing. Someone saw that button, email marketing. Yeah, it's more involved, not only with your student IDs, but we would also need student email addresses. So that's one digital way that you could send out coupons to your customers who opt in, if you will. There is another way, and maybe it's so new that we haven't told you, or you don't know about it, or I'm not marketing it good enough. So we needed two ways. We've got one way to digitally market, and there is another way with the new positive upgrade where you can kind of say hello to your customer without that customer being in front of you and giving them a discount. So I want you to think about that, and I will, if I don't hear from you, I will email you the answer. And I will have to probably market it a little bit more in my newsletters in the future. So I'd like to thank everyone attending today. And Mike, thank you for a wonderful presentation on a very complicated subject.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your attendance.
Have a nice day. Bye.